Hello guys, back again with the Alrasta channel. And this time, as always, we will be back to talk about the best Donghua series, and of course, it is SwallowedStar. Before that, those of you who enjoy action and sci-fi genre movies can watch them on my other new channel, accessible through the link in the description. Okay, next. In the previous episode, where we have seen the battle between the geniuses in the universe, which is more precisely, a competition attended by all star-level warriors, which amounted to 822.5 billion participants. And when the competition began, Luofeng, Hong, and also Lei Shen, who were in different worlds, fought hard to be ranked at the top. But Luofeng here does not accidentally offend the highest kingdom of Qianwu and will face Moche, who is an elite warrior from the Qianwu kingdom. Then can Luofeng here beat him? Okay, without lingering, let's get into the storyline. When Moche aimed his great axe at Luofeng, without any delay, the two genius warriors would fight fiercely. Opening the attack, Moche moved towards Luofeng, making heavy strikes with his great axe. While Luofeng moved towards the air, and he moved from building to building. It was in that terrain that he would have the advantage, as Luofeng could move quite flexibly with the help of the rattan-rubbed cloud. But true to his nickname as the god of death, Moche constantly swung deadly, heavy attacks to stun Luofeng. Princess Brolin and Hargrave, who were watching the duel, looked pleased, as Moche seemed to be favored over Luofeng. During the course of the fight, Luofeng continued to make long-range attacks, and kept trying to keep his distance from Moche, who was strong in close combat. While continuing to throw his attacks, Luofeng also secretly threw red mixed copper behind the portal for a surprise attack later, and the battle continued. When Moche managed to get the ideal attack distance and was about to land his axe on Luofeng, that's when Luofeng flew the red mixed copper he had hidden behind the portal quickly, which became an impromptu counterattack that caused one of Moche's arms to be severed. Princess Brolin said Luofeng is very cunning and dangerous. Now that he had lost an arm, Moche also felt that he could no longer compete with Luofeng. It wasn't that easy, according to Hargrave, because those who could reach the 1,001st position and above in the genius battle of 8.2 billion in a location didn't get that position by sheer luck. Of course, each of them must have a powerful hidden trump card to be able to suppress their opponents. Just like Moche, even though he had lost one arm, he was able to break Luofeng's sword fist attack and put pressure on Luofeng, using the power he had hidden. A unique power that a warrior possesses, and they will be favored at a certain distance after activating it. And that's right, guys, it's domain. The domains possessed by warriors were of many types, and Moche had an earth-type domain, and now Luofeng, who was trapped inside it, was completely unable to move freely. Just stepping 1 foot was very difficult. The opponent also utilized its unique ability to fly building debris towards Luofeng, who was in a position of being unable to escape. Not losing his mind just like that, Luofeng used his mental strength to stop the speed of the giant debris flying towards him. Hargrave said warriors who were only at the star level but could already use domain were geniuses. Well, this annoying grandpa didn't know Hong, who used domain at the Star Traveler level. On the other hand, Mingyu also thought that Luofeng would be in trouble next, because the Earth domain possessed by the opponent was able to simulate the surrounding area into a gravitational field that he could adjust to a certain extent. And now in the place Luofeng was currently standing, Moche had increased the time to 100 times, and that was the reason why it was difficult for Luofeng to move. Because the pressure was too heavy, Luofeng was also having trouble being able to use his mental strength, hence why he had to use rattan-rubbed cloud again to be able to move. But before he could actually escape, the growing gravitational pressure eventually collapsed the building that was currently the battle area. Luofeng, who was crushed by the huge debris, fell miserably towards the surface. When Luofeng tried to get back up, Moche, who was still activating his domain and approached Luofeng, said that Luofeng was extraordinary for forcing himself to use the domain. While holding up his axe, he also intended to make this place Luofeng's grave. Ming Yu, Hargrave, and Princess Brolin, who were watching, thought that this would be the end of the fight. But none of them knew that Luofeng also had some deadly cards, and now was the right time to show one of them. Luofeng, who got up, could see that his body seemed to have golden streaks. This indicated that Luofeng would borrow a bit of the golden-horned behemoth's power that was currently residing in his inner world, a power that Luofeng had recently obtained, and that was the golden metal domain. Once active, not only could he withstand the pressure from the opponent's gravity, but Luofeng could also withstand Moche's direct attacks using only his bare hands, as well as dispel them with a powerful push. When the enemy was lying on the surface, Luofeng walked over to the opponent so casually. Along with that, the surrounding surface floor also appeared golden lines, along with Moche's body flying in the air. Only then did Moche realize that what Luofeng was using was the golden metal domain. Luofeng obtained his domain after the golden horn's body reached the universe level, and now it was already at the 5th level. Luofeng's domain also allowed him to increase the speed of the fish sword formation mode faster, and in the end, Moche was killed when Luofeng released an execution attack using the Heaven Forbid shuttle mode combined with the fish sword formation. Hargrave could only shake his head after seeing Luofeng, who still couldn't be defeated. While Luofeng's family looked so happy, so did his 2 children, who looked very excited when they saw the victory achieved by their father, even though they only watched in writing. If one could defeat a warrior above position 1001, then one gained half the points accumulated by the opponent, and now, after defeating Moche, Luofeng gained half the points. The total was about 3 million, as Moche had 6 million points, catapulting Luofeng's position to 191. The battle that took place was really favorable for Luofeng, who at that very moment immediately rushed into a portal to change places. After entering it, Luofeng scanned the area with his mental power around to see if there were any enemies or not. And the situation was safe, as not a single enemy was found there. But when Luofeng took a short walk to check the situation, there was a sound of female laughter not far away. Luofeng immediately put on his alert stance, and there he could see a green female alien. Even though Luofeng's position was very close to her, the female alien was not detected by mental power at all, nor did Luofeng feel her presence. The female alien introduced herself as Feng Lun, aka Windmill, and after she saw that Luofeng could defeat Moche, even her, it seemed like it would take quite an effort to defeat Luofeng. Luofeng remembered that Feng Lun's name. He had previously seen her at position 55. Luofeng didn't feel confident about winning if a fight between the two of them were to happen, especially since he had just finished a fight against a pretty strong person. Feng Lun asked Luofeng to take it easy. The alien understood that Luofeng couldn't use his maximum strength right now, so it wouldn't be fun to finish Luofeng right now. Feng Lun considered Luofeng as an attractive prey, so she would torture him at the end of the game. He promised that during the last qualification, the alien would come back to see Luofeng, so he asked Luofeng not to die until then. After that, Feng Lun immediately left while laughing.
手已经。
Fortunately, they didn't fight, so Luofeng could rest and catch his breath for a while. For now, out of a total of 8.2 billion warriors in the first realm, only 1.7 billion fighters remained. The number had decreased drastically. And of course, the longer Luofeng could survive, the higher the chance of meeting a strong opponent would be. So he had to be careful. The peak-type battle continued. The fewer participants left, the more tense it became, and the more exciting the event was to watch. Jiang Tianchen of 3 Axe Mountain, who was also watching next, had a very distinguished guest. He was a warrior who had the highest status in the organization. The powerful warrior asked if Tianchen had found the top seed in the peak-type battle event, and the answer was yes. So there was a warrior who really caught his attention, and that was Hong, who had also finally broken through to 1001st place, at 995th place to be exact. And in order to be safer, Hong then intends to return to look for enemies so that his points increase. After the opponents in his place have been taken care of, Hong intends to enter the portal to a deeper area to meet other enemies. But before he could get into it, there suddenly appeared an impromptu attack from behind the portal, a figure of a 2-sword user who turned out to be still related to the Black Dragon Mountain Empire. The warrior was named Nabini, who was Hargrave's disciple. After knowing that Hong was Luofeng's comrade, here Princess Brolins wanted to see if Nabini could handle that one opponent. Nabini, who is under Hargrave's guidance, is introduced as a strong warrior. When he was young, he already started facing people who were stronger than him. He received rigorous training and was said to be the most elite genius in the Black Dragon Mountain Empire. Although unlike Hong, who has domain abilities, Nabini has learned the power of water laws to the limit, so his attacks can contain powerful ice and snow elements. In the battle between the two geniuses, Nabini was still able to move freely, despite being in Hong's domain. He even seemed to have the upper hand in the melee battle that was taking place. His sword abilities were so strange and unpredictable that Hong was quite overwhelmed. If it wasn't for his domain, Hong wasn't sure if he could still survive his opponent's attacks or not. There's no doubt about Hong's genius. Unlike other star-level warriors whose domains are only used to trap opponents in one place, Hong could form a domain like a small ball to attack, go in and out as he pleased from there, and play his domain abilities like a ball. It was this skill of Hong's that was now the concern of Jiang Tianchen's guest from 3 Axes Mountain. After banging out their respective attacks, in the middle of the fight, Hong found his position dropping to 996, so there was no reason not to defeat the opponent in front of him to get his position back up. But of course, achieving victory when fighting a strong enemy is not as easy as one might think. Meanwhile, in World 88, Lei Shen is now at position 1002. He needed to face one more opponent to rank up to 1001. At that moment, Lei Shen found a participant and rushed straight to his destination. However, before Lei Shen could defeat his prey from behind, there was another warrior, a purple sword user, who took his prey first. The intimidation shown by the warrior also made it somewhat difficult for Lei Shen to breathe, showing he wasn't just any genius warrior. When Lei Shen checked the enemy ranking, who would have thought that the warrior in front of him was ranked 10th? Lord Wu and Babata, who found out, asked Lei Shen to run away, even though Lei Shen couldn't hear them. After seeing the strong warrior's record, Lord Wu felt that Lei Shen still had a chance to survive. And the way is? The scene returned to Luofeng, whose rank had risen to 102, and the game was also almost over. Then, will Luofeng be reunited with Feng Lun at this time? Meanwhile, Feng Lun was faced with a siege by a group of warriors who wanted to take revenge because they had killed many of their group's warriors. But Feng Lun, who had killed too many enemies, did not remember the group of origin of the besiegers, and a one-sided massacre ensued. Meanwhile, the enemy who came face-to-face with Lei Shen smiled when he saw the information about Lei Shen. But who would have thought that it was Lei Shen who opened the first attack, making Lord Wu and Babata panic? The panicked expression was because after doing a profile check, Babata found that the warrior named Rong Jun was known as a wild warrior who always determined and targeted his opponent first before the battle. With a victory rate of 100%, Lord Wu and Babata were resigned to Lei Shen's defeat. To fulfill the promise that Feng Lun had made after the massacre, finally came to see Luofeng. And that was the ending of SwallowedStar episode 130 this time, guys. Okay, thank you for those of you who have watched until the end. And don't forget to support this channel with likes, comments, and subscribe. And don't forget to press the notification bell button for the next update, because your support is very valuable for this channel. That's all, thanks, and the last word from me. Bye.